Okay, Assalamualaikum. Um, and good day, everybody. I hope everybody is staying safe wherever you are. I'm going to share my research. This is actually the first research I did after my master's degree, and it was quite some time ago. I obtained my master's in 2006 from Universiti Pendidikan Sultan Idris, and after I obtained my master's, I got the job opportunity to work in UiTM Shah Alam in the Faculty of Education as TESOL lecturer. So one of the requirement for us to to get our to be promoted or to be promoted in our to gain our permanent position is to have our own research. So I did writing anxiety among pre-TESOL students in UiTM Shah Alam. At that time, I am teaching them, so it's not difficult for me to collect data. So I decided I'm going to use these students, okay, to answer the survey questions, and at the same time, I can do my studies. Okay, so I will let's begin with the introduction a bit. Okay, so for this study, I'm scrolling down. Okay, for this study, writing is actually a very difficult task for, I think, for everyone, and especially students when they are not used to write, especially in academic, they will feel quite tedious, and sometimes they will feel anxious when they are writing. So based on this, I have a few research questions that I would like to address. The first one is that what is the anxiety level of pre-TESOL students in writing? And then is there any significant differences between writing anxiety level with regard to the pre-TESOL students' age, gender, CGPA, and MUET scores? And how do the pre-TESOL students overcome their writing anxiety? Okay. This study is not, it's just a brief report. So I'm not going to go through all the literature review. And I think there's a lot of research about writing anxiety, but there's not so much research being done with UiTM students. So I decided to that is the research gap, which I feel that we should know what the students are feeling, especially in writing. So for this research, I'm using the instrument developed by Cheng, which is the Second Language Writing Anxiety Inventory, SLWAY. And I include an open-ended question to ask the students how they overcome such anxiety. And this slide instrument contains 22 items using the 5-point Likert scale, ranging from strongly agree to strongly disagree. And this instrument by Cheng has a Cronbach alpha coefficient reported of 0.91. So it's a valid instrument to be used. Okay. And then I'm going to share you the findings. Okay, there are 82 respondents altogether, and most of them are 18 and 19. Okay, and then most of them, their CGPA, most of them has 3.0 to 3.49 CGPA. And then they are from band 4. Most of them are from band 4. Okay. Okay. And the score of their anxiety level, okay, is actually it means that the mean score is 63.1096 with a standard deviation of 8.19139. So we can see that from the analysis, 18 respondents or 24.7% scored 55 and less, meaning that they have low anxiety, while 55 respondents or 75.3 scored more than 55 to indicate high anxiety. Thus, you can say that most respondents have high anxiety. Okay, and these findings is actually supported by McIntyre and Gardner theory concerning the development of language anxiety seems to be relevant. And teacher-generated anxiety was also documented by Price, who reported a significant teacher-generated anxiety, and by Young, who examined instructor-learner interactions. Okay. And also, based on the analysis, okay, so the respondents were a bit nervous when they have to write in English. They felt that their heart pounding when they have to write in English under time constraint. And they felt worried and uneasy if they know that they will be evaluated, and were also worried about what people would think about their English composition. However, they will not avoid writing English and choose to write down their thoughts in English. They will also disagree with the statement that they will not avoid any situation where they have to write in English. Moreover, they disagreed that their minds go blank when writing in English. So it showed that they wanted to write in English, but were concerned if their composition will be evaluated and anxious if they have to write under time constraint. So they disagree with the statement that when they were not worried their English composition were a lot worse than others, showed that they were concerned about their English composition. Moreover, they will also tremble and perspire when writing composition under time pressure, and were afraid that they will get poor grades if their compositions were evaluated. So their thoughts are also jumbled when they wrote their English composition under time constraints. Thus, it could be concluded that they were not afraid to write their composition in English, but they would experience writing anxiety when they had to write under time constraint, and concern when their composition were evaluated. Okay, and then based on the hypothesis, okay, I did independent sample test for writing anxiety. I want to compare based on their gender. Okay, so from gender, there is no significant values, meaning that both male and female actually okay, the negative T value indicates that the mean value for the female respondent is slightly greater than the mean value for the male respondent. So the result, okay, there is no statistically significant difference in the attitude as measured between the two gender groups. Okay, and then for hypothesis 2, age. For age, there's also no statistically significant difference in writing anxiety as measured by the Likert scale questionnaire between the two age group. And then for hypothesis 3, CGPA, also there's no significant differences among students from different CGPA group. For the MOAT score, okay, also there's for the MOAT score, there is no significant differences among the group. Okay, same thing. So and then for research question 3, respondents are asked to answer an open-ended question on how they overcome their writing anxiety. So this is collected by the open-ended questionnaire. So I'm using coding suggested by Miles and Haberman. So these are some of the findings. Below are some of the ways that the respondents do to overcome their writing anxiety. Do mind mapping, read more, edit more, see teacher for help, prepare before writing, writing draft or outline, discuss with friends, see tutor, ask help from friends, practice, think positive, relax, write journal, take time to write, do not rush, use dictionary and get feedback. So the findings showed that the respondents were aware of their writing anxiety and had tried to overcome their writing anxiety. Therefore, lecturers and curriculum developers should give more opportunities for the students to overcome their writing anxiety. More workshops and courses should be carried out to help students with the process of writing so that they will not be anxious to write in the second language. For my conclusion for chapter 5, okay, so based on the results of the studies investigating the effects of teachers writing anxiety on, okay, wait, sorry. Okay, based on the results of the studies investigating the effects of teachers writing anxiety on their teaching practice and one each content, it may affect their ways of teaching writing negatively in the EFS setting. Thus, the study has a number of implications for English language education in general, as well as for teacher education programs. So, students should be encouraged to express their ideas and knowledge in writing from the early stages of education. Thus, should not be limited to control exercises in the primary and secondary education. So, to make second language writing a pleasant experience, the learning environment should be established so that learners can write in their L2 with confidence and without embarrassment. So at the university level, production-based writing seems to cause anxiety in students who are not used to this kind of writing. Thus, to overcome this problem, instructors need to encourage and provide positive feedback to learners. So good grades are not the main emphasis, but the development of the process of writing and editing will help the learners to become good writers and critical thinkers. So the Ministry of Education can provide teachers with in-service programs so that they will inform about the importance of writing for the future studies and careers of the learners. So teachers should also be made aware of where the research results regarding learners' writing anxiety and ways to overcome it. Teachers can be encouraged to incorporate peer feedback, okay, in their writing class. Various research has claimed that social dimensions of peer feedback enhances the participants' attitude towards writing, has an impact on increasing motivation through personal responsibility, greater variety and interest, according to Topping and Rawlinson. So peer feedback can also help the teacher to, when the students can work together and they can try to solve any problems of anxiety while writing. So, as a conclusion, the study has shed light on the matter of writing anxiety among prospective English teachers. So, because these pre-TESOL students, some of them will become English teachers in the future. So, since anxiety will definitely affect students' performance and future career, future research might well investigate prospective teacher anxiety in relation to different skills, such as teaching and learning, reading, speaking, and listening. Teaching and learning of reading, speaking, and listening. So qualitative research that examines the underlying reasons and how they overcome these problems seems to have highly significant implications for teacher education program and for education in general. Therefore, studies regarding the level of writing anxieties of students at different levels, including schools and higher education, as well as the development of their writing proficiencies, are pertinent. Last but not least, experimental research to assess the impact of different types of treatment on the learner's writing anxiety should be investigated to overcome writing anxiety. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for listening.